Hi guys, welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Vivi. Last time, Gaiden Co. had a chat with a Force apparition, or something unique to Voss. That triggered his first vision, and he hurried back to Voska. The three ordained him mystic, and then told him his vision meant he was to travel amongst the stars. On their way to the Corvette, Ambassador Sophia was waiting for them in the empty hallway. If she couldn't have Gaiden Co., she'd rather die. Not sure if she's a stan or just a regular fan of the First Son. Anyway, she told Synva the First Son doesn't even know what he is, and that he could be anyone. Synva senses that's not a lie. Back on the ship, the greeting is interrupted by the Supreme Chancellor on Hollow. He tells them Imperial troops has besieged Corellia and asks Synva's team to stop an Imperial fleet from reaching the system. The ship protecting the fleet is a dreadnought called Javelin, and he wants them to capture it for the Republic. The whole team is preparing for the task, as it will require all of them. On the way there, Synva talks to her crew. Nadia is focusing on the Jedi teachings, the ones of her choosing at least. Theron and Felix both ask Synva for her signature to make their life easier, but she refuses. Felix accepts it immediately, but Theron cries about it.
I come to you in my hour of need and get turned away. I hope the history of scientific progress is kind to you, Jedi.
We return as the Corvette reaches the Javelin. Alright, we're here. Everyone get ready. It's too quiet. What? Janitor? Repair guy. Hello. Where's your crew? I guess he didn't want to talk to us. How about you guys?
Force flows through me.
Something's wrong.
We're in the network room. Breaking Imperial coding makes me all tingly.
Zenith sneaked off to security. I imagine he knows what to do with an Imperial security system. Ta-ta for now.
Ta-ta. Huh? Is he still moping about the signature? This is not a troop. It's a handful of regular old soldiers. This isn't your day. There's the Mr. Janitor repair guy.
Hold on, Jedi. Security system's being stubborn. Done. I'll watch for any more. Zenith out.
Hey. Oh. You finally found the weapon, did ya? Probably not the same man, but I'll call him Janitor from now on. Go with the Force. These look like regular crewmen. Well...
No one hurts my friends.
Thanks, Nadia. You sound like you're about to cry. That scares me.
Armory secure, but they locked the door to weapons control.
We're cutting through. Not to jinx it, but I expected stronger resistance than this.
Exactly.
Might be a harder fight up ahead.
You think
Oresso out.
they pulled them all to the bridge? Hey, little droid. I'm sorry I have to do this, but... yeah. Sorry. I'll take the big one.
Force flows through me.
Marogialdias matkzenki, tom korski miestra hulba. MMORPG, ledger cognac certain.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Greetings, Master Jedi. All parameters are met. My work can finally be demonstrated.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Obeying my standard orders, I've seeded this vessel with detonite charges. These charges are sufficient to destroy the Javelin, its occupants, and nearby vessels. I apologize for any inconvenience caused.
Yep. We walked into a trap. Of course we did.
These reinforcements were bait. The Empire wanted our alliance dead.
Allow me to outline the genius of my work. I have placed multiple detonite charges in mathematically precise positions. All Imperial vessels have been signaled to withdraw, as the countdown has begun.
So we just walked into a trap?
By my calculations, even if dozens of the charges are disarmed, it is now impossible to prevent the Javelin's destruction.
Yeah, you would think so, right? That extremely chirpy droid is getting on my nerves.
I'm going to enjoy proving you wrong. Now tell me where to find those charges.
There are charges on all main coolant regulation systems to ensure complete destruction.
I'll send the bomb locations out to everybody. You and I can take care of the charges nearby, and trust the others to reach the rest in time.
A shame my accomplishment will soon be superheated vapor, but such is the nature of demolition work. Good day.
Come on, hurry up. They're gonna go down with the ship if I don't do this quickly, so I'm gonna avoid them. Well, not this one, I can't. That's one. How many have the others? I hope they're not as slow as I am. Come on, Nadia. Maybe we should split up? Nah, that's probably not a good idea. Well, it makes sense now why most of the crew here are droids. Poor bastard, they left here to die. That wasn't droids, though. Right, how do I disable this? That didn't work. Hey! Hey, little droid. Do you think you can go by one of the force fields and explode over there? No? Oh, that's even better. Thank you. Yep. He lived to serve. They're splitting them up in two little ones now instead of one big one.
I'm with you, Master.
This is going too slow. And I've no clue how many there are. This takes too damn long. Alright. I guess, at least we tried. Come on. Whoa. Nope. I did not get startled. Nope. I meant to do that, okay? Let's not talk about that. Look, droids!
Picked on the wrong people.
Warning. Coolant regulation system ignited. Catastrophic structural integrity failure has begun. Destruction of the Javelin is imminent. Please evacuate immediately.
Right.
Repeat. Please evacuate
I heard you the first time.
Jedi, do you read? We're clearing the tactical stations and everything's flashing red. What's the situation?
Bad. Really bad.
You and the commandos have to get to the ship immediately.
All right, you heard her. Go. No, wait. Call us now. Take point. I can't leave yet.
What?
The Imperial crewmen were trying to erase these tactical stations. They might be carrying battle plans. I need to do a full download.
Never mind the plans.
Felix, in a few minutes the Javelin is going to be drifting debris.
Sorry. I can't turn my back on vital intelligence.
Felix!
This will take longer than I thought.
What
I won't be able to join you. The pods. I saw a rank of escape pods on this deck. I can make it down to Corellia's surface.
You'll be down there alone.
Even if you survive the landing, you'll be in the middle of a war zone.
I'll stay bunkered down. This date is more important than heroics. Be safe, and we'll rendezvous on Corellia. Loresso, signing off.
Toria, hafne afarjet, bien furkdan mitov, makopiet ni horma, gurm geinakt.
I agree.
If we want Felix back, we can't stand here talking.
We think the pod was caught in an automated landing system for Coronet City's shipyards. So it's probably there. Somewhere.
To Corellia. To search. And to war.
I never thought the Imperials would make it this far. Not to the core worlds. Not Corellia. Master Seo's briefings on the Corellian situation are grim. Treachery, Imperials invading, a resistance under fire. I saw it all back home.
Not to mention Felix all along.
Don't forget about Felix.
We know the automated landing system put the escape pod in Coronet City's shipyards. It's a start, but we have a war to fight too. There is good news. Master Seo completed work on the Guardian holds before the invasion began.
Guardian holds?
What are these Guardian holds?
Ah, of course. Master Seo only just passed on this briefing. The Guardian holds are buildings across Coronet City, Corellia's capital. Factories, bunkers, munition stores, everything you'd need to conquer a city. Master Seo's fortified each of those buildings with special defenses, and codenamed them Guardian Holds. The Guardian Holds mean we have several impenetrable fortresses from which we can always retake Coronet City, even if it falls to the Empire.
How secure are these holds?
Such critical positions would need to be defended at all costs.
The Guardian Hold fortifications are pretty impregnable, with elite Republic troops stationed inside each one. Defending the Guardian Holds does make the Republic a little short-handed, though, which is where our armies come in.
Agreed.
With the Force on my side, I'll find him.
What if you vanish too? We need a practical backup plan.
Yo kantabata chawa wer mo kilimawa ota.
Repeat, this is Captain Trizan, calling any defenders near the Coronet shipyards. The Imperials overran Zone 12, calling for emergency assistance.
Maybe we can help each other.
We could search the shipyards while we defend them. Tell Captain Dryzan we're on our way.
Hotza kwe tugi.
TIEs droids, Eshka, commandos, we land all.
Now we find out if they're enough to save the Republic.
Alright, time to scratch some backs. This doesn't look good.
Captain Dryzan, I believe my allies sent a message. I need your help to find an escape pod.
Huh? I thought that was a hoax. Quill, look, we really did get a Jedi Master. This is Quill. She and the other Salonians are helping us fight the Imperials. Your escape pod's somewhere in a hot zone.
Tell me what's going on.
Can you explain what happened?
The Empire bombed the shipyards and spaceport, then sent troops in. Now we can't even risk quick scouting missions. There are Imperial droids on patrol. When we leave, they follow us back to our bases and go on a killing spree. We're stuck. Your pod's important, but I can't send anyone after it, not if those droids will track them.
I'm good at killing droids.
They can't track anything with a lightsaber in their circuitry. This won't take long.
Okay, you clear the droids, we'll find that pod. We should have something by the time you get back.
Time to go hunting. Hunter, killer, droid hunting. Right. This doesn't look like the Corellia from the holo ads. Not that they ever are true though. They're always too shiny, but damn, this is just wrong. Alright, Chumbles. You're a bit too big of a target. Go back home. I didn't say... never mind. Look at this place. And it's too quiet. I mean, it doesn't sound like there's a war going on. It makes it eerie.
You picked on the wrong people.
I don't think you had a choice, Nadia. In all fairness. I wonder where people are. Are they all hiding in their apartments? I mean, I get it. Or have they evacuated this whole area? What about the rest of Corellia? Maybe someone's got family on... There's Corvella and Rennie Island. Maybe it's possibly very busy right now. I know I would have gone to Rennie Island if I could. If I weren't a Jedi and, focus Synva, find the droids.
Force flows through me.
I'm cleaning out kind of big chunk of this area. The bar is open at least. Well, look at that. That's a huge ship. I didn't know we were that close to a shipyard. There's something creaking, cracking. I'm not sure this is the safest area to be in, to be honest. Look at that over there. Those chimneys are huge.
I'm with you, Master.
Finally.
Nicely done. The droid patrol routes have enough gaps for us to sneak by, but they're tight enough the Empire may not realize there are holes.
I hope so.
If they opened the pod, Felix may be their prisoner.
Good luck helping your friend. I know your mission's urgent, but could you do us a favor?
I'm in a hurry, though.
I guess I could hear you out.
We managed to convert 2 comm towers into AA guns. All good, till the Empire captured them. But there's an override to hardwire them for Imperial targets. Just enter this at both towers, and we get our guns back.
I'll see what I can do, but...
My priority is reaching the escape pod. But if I have the opportunity, I'll do what I can.
Sure, absolutely. It's just any help would make a huge difference.
Thank
you.
That's a very generous offer, Quill.
Be ready before you go near Zone 12. We need you in one piece.
Yeah, I need me in one piece. Someone else is fighting. Good for them. Empty. Everything is empty. There it is.
No one hurts my friends.
He has to be alive. Tell me he's alive. You're okay. You're okay.
Give yourself a moment to recover.
Just give me 5 minutes under this beautiful sky.
Sorry about the wait. We came as fast as we could.
Here, one Imperial Dreadnought's complete tactical database, safe and sound.
Thanks. Don't do that again.
We should share this with Republic Command and the Jedi Council at once.
Not right away. One of these files is corrupted, deliberately maybe. I need Holiday to fix it before we pass it on. Is there somewhere secure we can go to fix the file? Its audio is broken up, but I heard it might have intel about the first son.
Yeah, we've got new friends.
A friend of ours, Captain Dryzan, has a safe position.
Felix?
I'm not sure I can keep up. I got bounced around pretty hard.
Perhaps this would be a good time for you to meet our new friends.
Take
good care of him, okay?
Don't rush if it'll make his injuries worse.
More dark enclosed spaces? If there's a Colto pack at the end, I'm game. See you at this shelter.